I suppose I should start out by saying sorry for any inconvenience associated with those of you who showed up last time for the meeting that did not happen. It was certainly unintended for that to happen, and you have our apologies. Let's welcome our newest member, Sarah Jones, who was sworn in right before our meeting tonight. Sarah, welcome. Thanks very much for committing your time and your energy to our work here. It's deeply appreciated. We also have a newly appointed member who is not with us tonight, Erica James, the principal at the grade school, who welcomed the appointment, but not enough to change her vacation plans. So we will officially welcome Erica at our April meeting. So that handles the commission members. From an organizational standpoint, we have an interim secretary of the Culver Redevelopment Commission. I think I'd like to suggest we make perhaps a more permanent arrangement. Are there any nominations for secretary of the Redevelopment Commission?
Could we wait until Eric is on board?
Well, I suppose we could hold off the vote until then. Is that your suggestion?
Yeah. And that way you can try and talk Eric into it.
Okay. All right. Approval of the minute. Everyone had an opportunity to take a look at the minutes.
Yeah.
Are there any comments, questions, concerns? I didn't see any. So with that, we can entertain a motion to approve them.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Want me to vote on this? Since I was at the meeting, but I was not.
I think you can. It's not a problem, but you could definitely second it if you wish.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll sign.
Okay. Oh, Tony's on the phone. Sure. You can put it right next to this, so.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay,
Wonderful.
Sorry, guys. I've been trying. Sorry.
that's all right.
Well, thank you, Tony. We were just discussing the minutes, and
Okay.
did you have any input relative to them?
No, what I read over was fine, and I saw that Jenny had made some changes. No problem.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Since he's online, we need to do a roll call.
Oh, geez, of course. All right, so let's. roll
Tony
call the minutes.
Mayfield,
Yes, aye.
Sarah Jones,
Aye.
Sally Ricciardi, aye.
Marty Osterman, aye.
Carries with 4.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the financial report. Karen did provide us with the February expenditures and also the January, February financial reports. Everyone had an opportunity to take a look at the information.
Yes.
Does anyone have any questions for Karen or concerns about the presentation? I found them to be in order myself. All right, well then with that, I will ask for a motion for approval of the January and February 2023 financial reports.
I would move for approval. This is Tony.
Tony, move for approval. Do I have a second? Okay, Sarah seconds. All in favor? Roll call.
Aye. Roll call.
Tony Mayfield, Sally Ricciardi, aye. Sarah Jones,
Marty
Marty
Osterman,
Osterman.
aye. All right. But we'll get good at this before it's over, I'm sure. All right, then let's take a look at the claims. Karen did provide us the claims for the month. Has everyone had an opportunity to review those?
I looked them over.
Any other comments related to those?
They look fine to me.
Yep, I reviewed them. They were consistent with the expenses warranting approval. So with that, I will open the floor for a nomination to approve the claims.
I'll move
As
as we
presented.
approve the claims.
Right? Tony seconds. All in favor, roll call.
Tony Bayfield,
Aye.
Sarah Jones, Mario Esteban,
Aye.
Tyler Ricciardi, aye.
All right, motion is approved unanimously. So let's move on to new business then. We've got Jenny here to talk us through a affirmation of some work that we did last August.
Some past TM reports to the CRC, just so you have some history. Tonight, I only have one item for your consideration that I emailed you ahead of time. I have fixed a typo in it, by the way. So the copy in front of you, Marty, that you would sign would that fix. This is a letter to the READI RDA committee. Basically, we're getting ready to submit our budget to the IEDC along with the council's affirmation that we still want to move forward with this READI project on the Dunes housing. This letter is a simple statement that says you affirm the resolution from August of 2022, where you committed to making a match to the $1.3 million READI grant. Even though the total budget for this project has changed, this is now been a line item budget. Your match would not be changing. You're only matching the $1.3 million grant. So this letter basically says you affirm that you're still willing to make the match on the grant. I will then forward this on to the grant committee with RDA and let Shannon McLeod know. And in the future, Shannon will be tracking this, progressing with READI. So she would get copies on this as well.
I'll make a motion that we approve the letter as written and authorize Marty Esteban as president of the Culver Redevelopment Commission to sign that letter.
Right, Sally has moved to sign the affirmation letter for our commitment on the READI grant match made last August. Do I have a second?
Is that there's been anything that has arisen, and since this has been an ongoing process that might have caused any change in our thinking, but I would be certainly willing to second that motion.
I'm not sure I've followed you, Tony, on that one.
Well,
I don't want to
I
just let it
think
hang.
this has been an ongoing process. I'm willing to second the motion because I think it's something that we've been engaged in and we want to continue to support. So I'm seconding the motion. I just didn't know if there'd been any kind of issues brought up as we continued on this project. It seems like it's gone on for some time. And so, no, I'm willing to, I'm behind it and willing to support it.
Right. I think we've got a motioned and seconded, and we're in the discussion around it. And I think you raised a fair question, Jenny. I wonder if you can.
Yeah, no, it's not unusual if you've made a commitment on a grant in a previous year. You have had turnover on your board. And the IEDC has certain requirements of the RDA. We're just now getting to sign on with the IEDC. We're gonna have to sign contracts and that sort of thing. So I think they just want to see that, hey, it's been a while since you received the grant award. Are you still committed? So town council had to make the same commitment letter as redevelopment. And since you're the ones funding the match, I'm sure it's just to give them comfort that you're still ready to move forward. And there's no change of that. That's what Tony got from the change.
The letter is, I went back and read the resolution, read the minutes from that CRC meeting where we discussed establishing the TIF and the READI grant match. And the letter is consistent with the resolution and the reporting in the minutes.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, so we have a motion. Do we have a second? Is there any more discussion on it?
I think he seconded.
Right, it is seconded, right? I'm just asking, any more discussion? If not, let's do a roll call then, please.
Tony Mayfield,
Aye. Yes.
Sarah Jones,
I,
Marty Osterbaum.
Aye.
Sally Ricciardi. Aye.
Motion is approved unanimously.
I'm gonna wait to see Amber's presentation before I leave, but if I leave early, it's only because it's my mom's 80th birthday and they're off celebrating at the moment.
So is this the one you want me to sign?
Yep. I'll make sure the typo was right on there. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, wonderful. Before you run off, tomorrow's your last day. This commission is so indebted to you for all that you have done in support, and I just have to take a second and thank you for all of that. Miss you. All right, Amber, you're up.
Stage. I just wanted to update you guys on some projects that you all helped fund. So sitting in front of all of you is our beloved visitor guide. Hopefully you've had an opportunity to look at it. It's all up to date, QR codes. We're in the 21st century. And then we've got like the big business map inside. So these have all been distributed. And I'll actually be handing a huge stack to Culver Academies for their revisit day next week. They're bringing in all the new kids that signed for enrollment. So we're hoping to connect people a little bit to what our town has to offer. And then some other like little things. We got our little pens and our stickers. When we have events, this is part of that package. The event baggies we'll be handing out. Like the triathlon's a really big one for us. These are some things like you'll be able to find in those bags. So I just wanted to let you see the physical end product of everything that you guys have funded. And then we also had Chuck Videography come during Winterfest. I have a promo video from Chuck. Chuck is actually only supposed to create a townwide video. That's what we contracted him out for. He was super nice to give us a little taste of what we'll be getting. He'll be coming back this summer, TBD on a weekend. We're trying to get him here for Lakefest. If not, he'll be coming the triathlon weekend and capturing some content, interviewing people so that we have a Culver promo video, but I'll show you what he so far has come up with. Yeah, that's Chuck's interpretation of us thus far. He's definitely trying to capture like the small town vibe. I love to see how other people see Culver, like that aren't from Culver. So it's kind of see the like artistic spin on it. So where they just jump in the water right there, he's gonna come up and it's gonna be summers. Like that's the plan. So
Oh, cool.
that's half
I
of
wish
the.
it worked that way.
I know, right? Soon. Other than that, log in, but Indiana Hannah was here as well. Not gonna let me log in, but hopefully you guys have seen some of her content. I'm happy to share that forward with you. Actually ran into some young professionals from InFocus. They had stumbled upon it on TikTok, so it's kind of cool to
Oh,
see
cool. Yeah.
them find it. We had 2 TikTok videos posted by her, and then 2 Instagram posts that she put up there. She's coming back. Her dates are confirmed for Lakefest. She's gonna stay the night. I got a local Airbnb owner to let me use their space for free in exchange for some content coverage. So I got this place on the lake for her and her family, and she's gonna like show what it's like to like book an Airbnb in Culver, and like this is what happens and this is what you can experience. And then she'll be posting it on social media. So that's the updates on our projects. Thanks for your guys' support of them.
Very impressive.
I will toss it over to Andrea.
We've been starting to distribute Lakefest. Last year's letter, but we've updated our goals, our theme. Yeah, as you know, or as you can see here, our mission, all volunteer group. I'm managing it now from event coordinator side, through the visitor center. But we are committed to giving back to the Culver community. Over this weekend, we're raising funds to host, obviously, the family-friendly activities that everyone knows and loves, like the fireworks show, Miss Max and Cucky, our parade, and the car show on Sunday, sorry. And this year, our theme is Salute the Troops. And we're tying that into our local VFW. Across the country, VFWs have been struggling to remain open. Even in one of our neighboring communities in Plymouth, they had to close their building because they didn't have the people to kind of keep it running. And just hearing about this and kind of seeing that happen in other areas, it worries me that, you know, one day that could happen here in Culver. And apart from it being an establishment that's literally living history right there, and gentlemen and ladies coming in, sharing their stories. And you can go in and visit anytime and meet some of these honorable men and women. But aside from that, it's just a way to honor our veterans. And it's a simple way to connect to them as well. So I've really enjoyed spending time at our local VFW over the past couple of years, especially. So tying that into the festival this year, with the theme of Salute the Troops, we are excited to kind of promote what some of the things that our local VFW is up to and what they do on a month-to-month basis, and then some of their events that they have. Like, for example, they have Dingus Day coming up. And they do a lot of fun stuff there as well. And part of that, in celebrating the theme for this year, we also want to include other military organizations, and obviously a nod to the Culver Military Academy, incorporate them a little bit, as well as the local community school, which has quite a few students who are enlisting, I think in it's second in the state. Yeah. So that's something to definitely acknowledge. And at the military at Culver Military Academy, I know that they have usually every year some a couple of students at least, and going into one of the service academies. So these are all great things to acknowledge about our community, and it just kind of ties into the Culver spirit in general. And we'll be offering new activities, hopefully. Depends on funding every year, but we want to have moments where we honor our veterans, where we have like a flag raising ceremony paired with like some type of patriotic song. And then at the parade, of course, our parade marshal this year will be Rich Kelso, who's the commander at the local VFW, and then there will be members of the auxiliary marching alongside him. Well, might not be marching, but the auxiliary will hopefully be able to make up for that. And then other members will be in the parade. We're also looking into incorporating maybe the Legion members as well. And we'd like to attract more visitors through these new offerings as well for the festival weekend. Included in that, we want to use our program, the festival program, to not only talk about the schedule of events and other events happening in Culver in the future, to hopefully bring some of these visitors back to not only Culver, but to our businesses as well. And we'd like to tell the stories of these men and women who have served or are preparing to serve, or maybe are still in the U.S. military. So we're hoping to increase the pages of our program booklet for the festival to do that and to talk more about some of the upcoming events in Culver. That will mean obviously increased costs. Last year, we came to the CRC requesting $7,000. This year, with all of what I've said in mind, we're requesting $8,000. But you know, it's all, I think, going to come back right to the Culver community and not only help this event be a success, but future events as well. And future visitors will be enticed to come back to help find us here. So
That 8,000 is mainly for printing the
program.
program and
Yep,
And
and
advertising.
advertising
the event.
materials. Yes.
Banners,
Right.
programs, yard signs. I mean, it covers all the printing costs and advertising.
Okay.
LMA directory, like getting it into Lakes magazine, pretty much all the advertising and print materials that covers.
Mhm.
Okay.
How is this letter sent out?
So that particular letter, I've actually been, this one is more geared towards businesses, but the general donations letter is sent out through Bowen. So they'll postage for us and send it out.
Andrea hand delivers.
Yeah, I was
Free
gonna say,
business.
yeah.
That
So
letter.
when it comes to the businesses and when I'm asking people to be sponsors for the event, I really do want that face-to-face. I'd love to have face-to-face with everybody because I'm usually even more excited talking about it. I'm just a little tired today, but yeah, I just like people to kind of feel that energy and to know that myself as well as the other volunteers involved are really passionate about what we're doing. So yeah, that one I've been handled.
Bowen gives you break on their costs, right? In working with them.
Did all the printing right.
Yeah, they do all the printing. Yeah, we used to do it. But like they just the best quality and pictures all. They provide us with too.
Yes, it's, I mean, judging on like last year's program versus, I guess, years past, it was a little more like newspaper material in the past, whereas this one, the one from Bowen is like this material that you have in front. Glossier finish and thicker paper. Feels
Something that if you have in your hand and walk around with it, doesn't disintegrate.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And never know, Lakefest weekend.
we've had wet ones before.
I did last year. Last year we did. Just-
Cold.
Well, I think that the Lakefest is definitely something that we need to support. And, you know, it does bring visitors to the town. Hopefully we'll bring not only visitors on Lakefest, but visitors that want to return on other weekends and take a little more time seeing the town itself.
I will say like this partnership between the visitor center and Lake Fest now, like on it connects a lot more people to the visitor center now. Not that they weren't doing, but I just feel like it's way more of a focus, like that business map, that will be in the pamphlet. Andrea does a great job of connecting businesses to like sponsorships or opportunities and like even the community school, finding ways for like, what was
Their
this one
involvement,
team,
I
not
don't
like
know
the
what
new
percentage
jacket.
their involvement has
Yeah.
gone up, but it's been a lot. I mean, we had a whole section of our program last year that was all about the Culver Community School and their involvement in the festival. We were able to add events to the festival thanks to the coaches and teams participating even more. At least in the past couple of years that I've been involved with Lakefest, I definitely saw that increase. And I know it might have in the past before me, it probably was more consistent, but I don't know. It went down the year that we switched the date to 4th of July weekend just because they weren't able to participate, but it's been really great getting them involved. And then with businesses, we were able to have a sponsor for the Snacks and Cookie pageant that just kind of helped them take a breath and just focus on the pageant instead of like raising all the money. Oh, how are we going to pay for the DJ? How are we going to pay for the decorations for the pageant? And with that business, it was 111 on Main Street, and then the Garden by Elizabeth, who kind of went in and just like supported that one event. And if we do that a little bit for like the whole festival, yeah, it can be as big or as small as we want it to be. And I think for me, it's just how can we make it meaningful? How can we make what we're doing meaningful to the town? So I think that does it. It shows our unity and just our shared spirit for bringing people.
So one of the things that the Culver Crossroads team consistently is coming up with is it's starting to put its set of goals together is how to engage our part-time visitors into the town's fabric, right? And when I think about your theme, you know, in the service branches, certainly they're here, right? The part-timers are here at Lakefest time, and certainly some of them have participated in service branches too. And I don't know how we may incorporate them, invite them to the parade or something like that, right? And
If you want to be in the parade, it's open up until the day of.
Right.
They can join, and it's free to join in on the parade. So it's something that they can easily pick right up. Same with the run. You can register for that until the day of.
Yeah. So it's just kind of good idea to keep in mind is that, you know, when you're thinking about events, is to how to engage these people that I think if they're invited, they'll participate, you know?
And even in our thank you cards, because some of the people who donated, they might not know like when to be here for Lakefest. So I tried to, whenever I was writing those out, I tried to say, we hope to see you next year on this date.
Yeah.
And did the same thing for Winterfest this year too. So
Terrific.
hopefully they can save the date and be sure to come back.
Have we had a theme in the past?
Last year was Art is in the Air.
Okay.
This year, Salute the Troops. Those were, I mean, last year was my first year as president. So I'm not sure what the theme, 4th of July. was.
Yeah.
Andrea's really been able to tap into that a little bit more and just like, it's a way to keep it fresh and new, yeah.
I was around for the first one. I can remember that. But we've watched it kind of cycle up and down over
The first Lakefest?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
My friend's sister was the first.
same
No.
here.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, but we watched it kind of go up and down over the years.
Well, yeah, and when I first like stepped into that role, it was, I kind of was asking around, like, I know Lakefest is this fun weekend. I know it's a tradition in Culver. I know it's these things, but what's the purpose? Like, what purpose are we serving other than like creating this fun weekend for everyone to come in and enjoy? So that's when we implemented the mission, which was basically what it was doing all along, but just kind of calling it out, like, okay, this is what we're doing. And then when you apply a theme to that, then it allows us to use that as a vehicle to further that mission. So I've been happy with, everybody's response on our, at least the volunteers that we have right now, they
Any other thoughts, Tony?
No, I mean, I'm grateful that we have Andrea here that's kind of spearheading these things and heading up all the volunteer movements. And I think that's going to pay big dividends. I'm certainly, again, in support of supporting the need for the funding and for the advertising.
Sounds like you might be making a motion to do that.
I would make a motion to support the $8,000 for the advertising and promotion of the events, right?
Happy to second that.
Right, so we have a motion and a second. Let's roll call.
Yes, Tony Mayfield,
Aye, yes.
Sarah Jones. Oh,
Marty Osterman,
Marty
aye.
Osterman. Sally Ricciardi, aye.
All right, so the motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Your event planning skills are very much in evidence, and we appreciate it very much. Thank you. Okay. So our town manager report will come in writing, Jenny said, so we'll move to public input, and we'll do the public input first, those in the room, and then we'll ask who's ever perhaps online if they have anything for us. So we'll open it up the floor to public input. Kevin Berger.
I don't know if it falls under your view, but I notice we keep getting everything. We just keep showing. And it's starting to get kind of faded. Anything you see in town, it's become that picture spot. So I think we ought to kind of take advantage of that and we've got some kind of schedule.
It's on the last list.
Thank you for the input. I know having been born with a paintbrush in my hand, red is the hardest color to keep current. It just fades fast.
But it pops so much.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think that's the right choice.
All right. Any other public input? How about online?
I do have anything now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Karen.
It's okay. There's a TIF report that is due by April 15th. I got it most of the way completed. I'm waiting for some it's from the Department of Local Government Finance. And so as soon as I get that and can finish out the report, I'll get you a copy so you can read it. I will have to submit it prior to your next meeting. But I will just ask you to affirm the submission. Just wanted to give you that. So
That'd be good.
Sounds great. Thank you. I know it's not easy to pull all that stuff together, right? Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for your work on that. And so are we sure we have no public input from online?
no one's on
All right. So in that case, we will go to member input. I'll start with Tony since he's online. Tony?
No, nothing that hasn't been discussed. Nothing. No.
Okay, Sally?
I don't have anything at this time.
Sarah?
Want to say I'm excited to be part of the mission and hopefully I can do a good job and help the town out in this.
I'm sure you will. Thank you. And I have nothing. So we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. Everyone's favorite. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Since you're new.
Motion we adjourn.
I'll second.
Do we need a roll call for that
Yes,
one?
we do. Tony Mayfield,
Yes, yes.
Sarah Jones, Marty Host,
Aye.
Sally Ricciardi, aye.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.